Life has a way of moving so fast that it feels like it's passing us by in the blink of an eye. But it's okay to slow down. Stop and smell the roses. Get to know yourself and the world from a different lens. Be curious about yourself and others around you. It's okay to take the vacation and to use the PTO, to figure out what your needs are and to work on yourself as much as you need to. It's okay to go barefaced, to go out, get dolled up, to be as silly as you want to be, to find yourself again and to shine brightly. It's okay to let God lead you and be a follower of Christ. It's okay to travel and see new things, to send love, and to be the best version of yourself. This is Becoming Sierra. I'm going to New York. I'm going to New York. I'm going to New York. Okay, I am about to freak out. I'm going to New York. Me and my friend are going to New York. And we got some good prices too. I can tell y'all about that another time. But I'm going to New York. Okay. So, after the initial excitement and shock of going to a place that I've always dreamt of going, I swooped up my best friend and we headed to the airport. It was super early. We got on our flight and left at 6:30 a.m. and we ended up getting to New York around 10:30 a.m. So we had 2 whole days to make it happen, to get everything in that we wanted to get in. So, of course, as soon as we got there, we had to eat. So this is what I got. I ended up getting a chicken bowl. I ate meat most of the entire time that I was in New York. I just wanted to try the food, get all of the flavors, and the food was good. Okay, not gonna lie, the food was good. So this was very much like Chipotle or Qdoba, and it was in the airport. So we had a little bit of time before we checked into the hotel, but I was like, okay, for airport food, this was real good. We landed in LaGuardia Airport, and I love that they had specific signs for Lyft when we ordered our Lyft ride. So that made it so easy to get to and fro because we were headed to drop off our luggage at this place, and that's when we were like, we're in New York, this is it. That's my best friend Kiani, and I was like, we made it, sister. So I use this app called Bounce, and it allows you to find places in the area that you can leave your luggage safely. But this is us. We're just riding in our Lyft, and we stumbled across the Empire State Building. And this is me in disbelief that we're just riding past the Empire State Building and didn't even know.
I'm pretty sure.
Now, the craziest part about this was we figured it out, but I asked the Lyft driver, and he had no clue what was going on. But I think that's just typical of such a big city. People don't know what's going on. Or they just don't know the areas that they're driving in, but he didn't know what was going on. At this point, we were just taking it all in. We saw traffic police. We were like, it's so noisy, it's so loud. Everybody is just walking. It's so many people out and about. And we saw traffic police, which I thought was the coolest thing because that's not typical where I'm from. But we were really just taking it all in. Just where I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Southern Illinois. And just seeing such a big city, even though I'm close to St. Louis, Missouri, we just don't see buildings that big, cities that big, that much traffic downtown. It was just crazy. It kind of reminds me of Chicago, but it was just so many things to look at, and I felt like a squirrel with everything.
The building. I'm not gonna lie, I really see why Spidey is like so diligent about protecting his city. Like, I feel that. It's so cute.
So we were really appreciating just the architecture and just the layout of everything around us, just how different it was. I mean, you see hot dog shops on every corner, probably 10 on a street. It was just really cool. But we were actually headed to a boat ride to go see the Statue of Liberty. So we were on the pier. We got the
boat tour as a Groupon, and that's how we were able to see so many of the major landmarks.
Ooh, it feels good too.
Fun fact, it felt good, but we eventually learned that we would be getting drenched. Keep watching. We started off so strong. Proud Mary playing in the background, nice, beautiful skies, and then something happened. So I guess it's pretty typical that it rains in a certain area on the Hudson River. I guess that is the river. I'm not great at geography or bodies of water, but rain started to come down. We didn't have umbrellas. Mind you, we took our luggage to the spot where they hold your luggage safely, and it continues to rain. And it was just getting harder and harder and harder, but it was okay because we were going to see that statue. We were going to see Lady Liberty, okay? And it did feel like we were taking the shower. All I know is I looked over and my friend was not having it.
The difference between like rain and sunshine.
But it was honestly so worth it.
She's not just a statue to view, but a statue you can go into. One of the most highly sought after attractions in the world is going to the crown of the Statue of Liberty. Reservations are often made 1 year in advance. She has a 7-pointed crown representing the 7 seas and the 7 continents. In her right hand, she holds a golden torch representing not only the concepts of light, but enlightenment, freedom of thought, speech, expression, and hope for a brighter future. In her left hand, she holds a Roman keystone tablet inscribed July 4th, 1776, our nation's Independence Day. On her left foot, she has shackles and chains being broken, representing America breaking away from colonialism and the tyranny of slavery. She's made of copper, the same metal as a penny. When she first arrived, she's a golden brown. But after being in the New York Harbor over 30 years, that copper goes through a chemical reaction known as oxidation. It becomes the iconic patina green color that we now know her for. I say she's 139, but she doesn't look a day over 30. She's equivalent to a 22-story skyscraper, completed October 28, 1886. That's right, she's a Scorpio. That's why she puts her hand in the air so sassy, you know? It's very Scorpio energy, that pose.
But this moment is what made everything worth it, because when I tell you I've seen the Statue of Liberty in pictures and movies, some of my favorite movies, I'm a real crazy Ghostbusters fan, and this was just such an important moment for me, and I really appreciate it. Being able to share it with my best friend, it was just real awesome. But when I tell you I was fighting for my life and I was freezing at this point. And the rest of the tour was nice. It was just that part that was really rainy. But when we got back to the pier, it was beautiful. So on our way back to pick up our luggage, we were just enjoying New York.
Just bags and bags. Boxes on top of boxes. Now that is architecture that gets you, like, really, they really put they foot in it. Who would have said, build me a building of our besties? Lou. It looks like a real suitcase.
We were just floored at the work, the architecture, just everything that went into some of the flagship stores in New York. We thought it was just so cool. As a girl from a small town who travels, yeah, I see beaches and stuff. I just don't see architecture like that.
Just how massive it is.
Okay, this was the cutest thing to me. Those children are tiny. Okay, they had to be like 2-3 years old, and I was like, these are the tiniest New Yorkers I will ever see.
Yeah, it's time. I'm ready for children.
Yes, honey, I'm gonna bring some snacks, because besides that meal that we had after the flight, we hadn't eaten anything. So I had protein chips, I had my mom's granola, and I had a bunch of gummy bears. So we put something on our stomach. The reason for this trip was so that me and Kiani could visit our best friend Daniel and his wife Nikita as they start their new family. So we were going to attend their baby shower. Day one was really supposed to be the day that we were going to explore, but we did not plan on getting drenched, because later that night we were hoping to have dinner with Dan and Nikita. It did not work out because, again, we had to dry ourselves out. So after stopping to get our luggage, we lifted to the hotel and dried out as much as we could. And after we were dry, we went to try some New York pizza.
What this pizza look like? Well, Kiana, we could have came and got an outfit from her, honey. Okay. Because what?
At this point, we were exhausted and just ready to eat and rest. But we did enjoy looking around the city and smelling the smells and hearing the horns honk and looking at the shops and just all the things that area had to offer. And it was so cool because we were in Chinatown, so everything is in, I assume, Chinese and English, so that was really cool too. The thing that is most different about New York from where I'm from is we are very much, sorry, but people get so close to you in New York. They don't mind. Look at us in the pizza shop. Everything is so tight, but baby, when I tell you it was worth it, it was worth it. Greasy, but amazing. And after all that, we saw God's covenant promise, a rainbow. It was a beautiful end to day one, and I can't wait to share more about day two.